Okay.
Hey, let's go fishing. Here we go. We are going to learn today a little bit about the parts of fishing, the reel, and the actual spinner here. And then I'll show you some lures and things. And then what I'll do is, this will be kind of like part one, and then I'll actually show you how to cast, which is really simple to do, and we'll actually go out to the pond for that, our new pond. But the first thing I just want to show you is this is really inexpensive. And maybe some of you have these already, but I would say at Dick's these are really cheap, $25 to $40 maybe for one. They get more expensive, you know, for different kinds, but this is just a basic one. It's a basic spinner reel that you could use to, you know, fish anywhere. You can fish the river, and by the way, our river, Shenango River, I don't know if you know it, really renowned for its smallmouth bass. I was down there over the summer last year and was catching them like crazy. Actually, with this little lure right here, I still have it on here. So kind of go over this a little bit. I'll go over some lures. But once you get into fishing, you got to understand this is really a simple mechanism. You want to make sure you get a line that is probably about 6-pound test. And what that means is it's the weight that it could probably hold like a smaller fish. A smallmouth bass, you probably don't need any more than a 6-pound test. And by the way, if you go to Dick's, they will help you in that department. They're awesome, and you can certainly get help when you do that. I know right now you can't, but online you can certainly order and it can actually deliver to you. All right, so once you get everything on here and the line and you run it up through, let me go over this part down here. So this is basically the spool, and this is where you have your line. This is where you're reeling in with the handle. And this is the spool release. All right, so that's like the bail release. That's important. I'll go over that when we get into casting. This part up here is really important. This is the drag. So you can adjust this. You can hear it kind of clicking. But if you go more to the right, it makes it so that this line is tight. And you want the drag to be kind of in a middle area. If I loosen it, the line, you can see it'll move out as you catch a fish. If it's too tight, and I have this drag set too tight, it could break the line. So you kind of want to set it so the tension is enough that once you catch the fish, you can actually, you know, it might take a little bit of line out, but eventually you'll work it in, and you could adjust it on the go as well. Okay, and then there's some other things you can actually take this if you don't like using it with your left hand. You can take the handle apart and flip it to the other side, which makes it convenient if you like to use it with your other hand. This is a release mechanism that'll let the spool basically go either direction, unlimited. Right now it's in a lock so that it'll always lock once you reel it in, and it'll stop. If I switch this over, it would just go.